All right. Well, guys, welcome back to RockCrawlinJeeps Purple ZJ Rebuild Part 1. We're actually going to start putting this thing back together now. So, motor's got a lot of leaks and oil seeps and coolant leaks. Basically, if it can leak, it leaks. So, we've got a whole bunch of parts here that we ordered up the other week. They came in, and now we're going to go through them, put them on, and let you guys know exactly what we're doing. So, I'm going to open it up and see what they sent us. Alright, so we've got a belt, an oil pan gasket, a valve cover gasket, a rear main seal, a water pump, upper and lower hoses, and a thermostat in here. So, and the number one thing I can't stress enough, don't skimp on gaskets. We ordered all the better end stuff, you know, it's all Velcro. So, if the difference is $18 to $22, spend the extra $4 and get a good seal. It beats doing it twice. Motor roll's drained. Coolant's almost done draining. So once we get all that coolant out, I'm not super worried about getting every last drop of it solely because we're not reusing it and putting it into a waste bucket anyway. Just trying to get the majority of it out so it doesn't spill everywhere when we're trying to take everything apart. So we're going to get that emptied. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and drop this oil pan and do our oil pan gasket and rear main seal. Time to pull this oil pan off, and in effort of convenience, I'm just going to use my little gun. None of these are super tight, so not a big deal. We're going to take them out, and then we've got a little box here that we can make a little diagram on and keep everything nice and organized. Look at all of that crusty buildup in here that we're trying to take care of, you know, and that is not super awesome, especially when it drips all over your driveway or work or whatever that may be. So instead of having this be all nasty and continue to leak, we're going to go ahead and pull this the rest of the way apart, and we're also going to be fixing any other leaks we find down in here. So this will not look this way after today. Well, you know what they say, Instagram sees it first. So if you want to follow along with what we're doing real time, follow us on Instagram and you'll get to see our stories about what we're doing about a week ahead of time. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside for now, but check this out. So we've got our oil pan dropped out. This is our sending unit. So this is what's picking it up, or pardon, not our sending unit, this is our pickup. So in the bottom of the pan, this is kind of the lowest point. So this is grabbing oil and then shooting it all through here. And here's our old gasket that has kind of been leaking quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way, and we've got a brand new Velcro unit right over there in a box that'll be going in. But first we've got to drop this support, we've got to pull this bearing, and we're going to replace the rear main seal in here. We're going to clean up the oil pan here, get that ready to go back on. We just had to run out to the parts store, grab a little bit of Loctite, some thread, some gasket maker, a oil filter adapter O-ring. This is our valve cover hardware, new Wix oil filter, some more brake clean, and a bunch of fluids. So we're getting ready to do the rear main seal. So I'll hop back underneath there in a minute, and well, we're gonna get to it and get this thing ready to go back together and start running again.
A little bit of wire brush and some nylon scrubbing. I got the oil pan all cleaned up. Lots of gunk off of it, as you see in the box there. That's what's left of it. So it turned out real nice.
We've got the oil pan all cleaned up. Now it's time to clean all this up so we can do our rear main seal right here and then get this all closed back up and kind of work our way up the motor. So got a few more things to do down here. Gonna start scrubbing and cleaning, and then we'll pull this all apart. Getting this, I'm not exactly sure the technical term here, but it seems to be a girdle of sorts removed. so we can get to our rear main seal. So there's our old rear main seal. Just had to get it popped out of there. Give it that, it was pressed in there pretty well. So now I'm just gonna tap this other one around so we can grab it. Here we've got our old rear main seal, kind of crusty, bit used, and we figured while we're here, might as well replace it. Not much more work. So we got it pressed out of here. We've got our new one right there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get it installed. We got our new one in. Now I'm just gonna take a brass punch and finish out the last little bit of install with it. And you wanna use brass because it's a softer metal than anything else in there and won't mar anything. So always use a brass punch, don't use steel. It's not gonna wind up real well for you. So now that that's installed, we can go ahead and put I feel like a whale. A dab of gasket maker here on this. Just to make sure we're having a good seal. We don't want too much. So we'll do that, and we'll go ahead and get this thing tossed in. Got a little Loctite on these bolts. Don't want them backing out on us, that's never good. So just a little blue, not anything crazy.
Zach, what are you torquing them down to?
Putting them at 80 foot-pounds. But I'm not going to torque that one just yet. I'm going to get this other one nice and tight in there as well. That way we're not torquing one side with the other side loose. We are getting this girdle reinstalled, and we're going to torque everything down to the manufacturer recommended 35 foot-pounds. Oh, that's what it was. You got to get it around the starter. Boom! But those things are super helpful.
And what is that?
These just come from Felpro with the gasket kit. It makes everything super, super easy because you have all four corners lined up. You're just able to pop the gasket up, then you can pop the oil pan up, and you don't have to worry about anything. So everything's nice and aligned for you. Well, this works way easier. Do you remember the actual name for this? Because I have forgotten it.
Thought it was a speed ratchet.
Yeah, it's super handy, whatever the official name is. If anybody knows, just leave it in the comments, correct us, because let's be real, I'm not going to take the time to Google search the name of this because I've forgotten it. Whatever it is, very, very handy tool to have, that's for sure. Especially when you're doing stuff like this and you're doing a lot of finger tightening and you don't want to use electrics because they may over torque and cause leaks and that kinds of things. So this comes in handy quite a bit when doing that kind of stuff. So now that we've got that done, we've got our torque wrench here, and now we're just torquing to sequence, or not sequence rather, because we're just going to kind of go across. I guess you could call it a sequence. I don't know if this is the correct sequence or not for this. But this is the way we're going to do it. I'm sure it won't leak. It's a Jeep. They never leak. We're done underneath. So now we're going to focus our attention up here. We've got quite a few things we want to address. We're going to be taking the radiator out, new upper and lower hoses, new water pump, new thermostat, and just generally cleaning everything up. And then we have to address this hideous orange valve cover. Thank you so much for that, Zach. I don't know what you were thinking. I'm just going to talk to you right now. It's terrible. Why would you do that? So we're going to address this. We're going to put a proper PCV back on here. We're going to go ahead and return a lot of this back to what it should be. We're going to go ahead and delete this inline heater. We don't need it. Excuse me. And just kind of generally go through here and just clean things up. So with that said, I'm going to go get some tools. I just grabbed these and Dylan didn't know what they were, so I'm assuming a few people at home might not know what these are. These are for the upper and lower radiator hose clamps. Sometimes the factory ones are kind of a pain to grab, and you'll try and get a pair of like bullnose pliers on them or needle nose, and you're slipping off, and you try and use channel locks, and the channel lock, you got to open it up too wide, and then by the time you close it, it's just a big pain. So this allows me to grab it and then put the other end of it in a cup, and then once I'm done, I can lock them. So it allows me to really be able to get in there and do what I need to do. We have some bums outside that like attention. What are you doing? So for those at home, this is Mia. This is Alice. Alice is insane. Don't break into my house, she'll bite you. I'm just gonna disconnect a few things and get this radiator out of here. The thing is leaking everywhere.
I went ahead and did a little disassembly on the front of the engine here. Took the serpentine belt off. I loosened this bolt here, used a 15 as well as a 15 there to loosen the pulley up, and pulled that off for a spare. I disconnected one of the electrical, heater core, one of the electrical components, and now I need to remove this heater hose, but it looks pretty rough, so hopefully it doesn't break, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right, so I just pulled this pulley off, and we're now gonna tackle the cooling system. We're gonna replace the thermostat up here and the water pump down here. While we're in here, it doesn't hurt to do it. They're a little bit corroded, maybe a little bit of a leak there.
Could have also been from when we disconnected this up here, because we did break this loose. So, but I mean, it's a wear item. You know, they go bad. They're $20. You know, it's a while we're here kind of thing. If we've got the whole front end torn down, you know, we're kind of stupid not to go ahead and take care of the rest of this. So we're gonna get the rest of this shot out and taken care of. Got the other one right down here. So look at that. So, you know, just kind of pays to take care of everything. That way you're not out on the trail and running into issues. Because look at how gunked up that is, you know. It's not super great to have all that crap hanging out in there.
Well, we got the water pump off. Sprints pretty decently.
It looks to be in great shape.
Yeah. It's just everything else around the engine block here isn't so hot. So we're going to get a little bit of brake clean and a wire brush and get that nice and polished up. All right, guys, so I'm just finishing up my last little bit of cleaning here. As you can tell, much cleaner. You can even see the good old Chrysler logo there. So I'm just going to take the little whiz wheel here and just clean up the mating surfaces so we don't have any coolant leaks. I think that's going to seal up real nice.
But you can see all that gunk buildup that's hanging out on this thing. So once we get it all cleaned up, we'll take a wire wheel to it. We'll get this all cleaned up. That way it's not an issue in the future. And now we need to do these studs, so I'll show you how to do that real quick. So all we've done is taken two nuts and stacked them on each other. And now we can back this stud out with just a wrench. Very, very simple to do. And all we're going to do is take these studs and put them in our new pump. Got our water pump in. Got our crossover tube put back on here. We've got it all sealed back up. So now we're just going to go ahead and lightly tighten up all of our hardware. Not going super tight. We'll put a ratchet on it and do that by hand. But this is certainly quite a bit faster. So I prefer to do it that way. We are putting the thermostat back in. And we've got our housing all cleaned up. And well, now I'm gonna go ahead and put this gasket on. I've got a whole drawer full of these, so if I mess this one up, I think we'll be in all right shape. We've done this previously and had a gasket mess up and the part store was closed, so I now have all of them. Kind of one of those things. Where do we put the bolts for this? Found 'em. We've reached our stopping point for today. I had completely forgotten about the fact that the AC condenser had been cut out of this thing by the previous owner. So that means I've got to go to the junkyard and source a couple of parts because, you know, we do have a budget around here and we are trying to keep this thing fairly low buck, aside from our obvious kind of large expenditures. So I'm going to see if I can't go to the junkyard sometime this week, pick up a couple of fittings, a new condenser. If I can't find any good ones, we'll go ahead and get a new one. But see what I can't find there. And then we may even look at just grabbing a valve cover that hasn't been painted. That may be a bit of a faster approach here. And then I'm also going to look and see if I can find a 99 plus intake manifold. And who knows, maybe we'll do a little upgrade there as well. So pretty happy for today. Rear main seal's done. Oil pan gasket's done. Water pump's done. Thermostat's done. What else did we get done?
What about that oil filter? What happened with that?
Yeah, the oil filter adapter O-ring seal that we wanted to replace. Every single Torx bit I have stops at T55, and that is a T60. So instead of worrying about stripping that out, I'll go to the parts store this week. I'll grab one, and we'll get that knocked out next week. So pretty simple, pretty easy. We've still got quite a few things to do underneath here, but I feel pretty solid with the progress that we made today. And now we're going to get to cleaning up and getting some things taken care of. We're in the middle of cleaning up here, but I did want to take a minute and just let you guys know that we really do appreciate everyone that's watching our videos, that's leaving us comments, that's liking what we're doing. You know, that's why we do this. We do this because we like to watch YouTube and other people work on stuff ourselves. So, you know, we figured why not give you guys something to watch. That being said, please leave comments, please like what we're doing, and absolutely please subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more we're able to do. So please go ahead, subscribe, share it with your friends, let everybody know what we're doing, and we hope to continue making content for you guys for quite some time. That said, I'm gonna clean the shop.